This is Jim Emter, Van Ahn & Company, Alexandria, Minnesota, with your closing grain and livestock comments for November 5th, 2015. Corn market today, Dees corn down 6, 374.5. November soybeans down 14 1/4. January down 20, 864 on the January soybean board. Meal down 5.40, 296.40 on the close there. December wheat steady on the day, 526 1/4. Kansas City December wheat down 6 3/4 at 486 even. When you look at the overall tone of the market, it was weaker for much of the day. We'll have to kind of see where things shake loose here, but the bean market looking at good rains in Brazil here once again. We had some models showing a 2-week outlook that's wetter than it was going home yesterday. We've also got exports that were dismal here this morning, and that's a lot of the reason why we really lost that steam after that 7:30 hour when we got those export sales numbers. So looking at reasonable weather around, exports that kept some pressure on the market, and that really brought beans and the rest of the market complex to some weaker tones. Chicago wheat really holding the strength in the wheat market. Minneapolis was down about 8 cents today. But when you look at the overall tone in the market, the reason Chicago's holding premium is because of a lack of quality bushels over there right now. So as we work through time, basis levels could improve for spring wheat as well, and that could help us out here. But right now, market's looking a little bit vulnerable. Testing the lows here very quickly. We don't look for much movement outside those lows, but we got a crop report next Tuesday that's going to set a lot of the direction. A lot of the anticipation now is for bigger yields, so one will have to ask if we're already trading those to begin with. Looking at the cattle markets, big down day as well. More of a mass liquidation today for grains and livestock in general. Feeder cattle down $3.30 to $4 much of the day, closing 182.85 on the November. December live cattle down 172.5, 135.50 at this moment, and December hogs down 145. 55.92.5. So overall, a very weak tone to the market complex in the meats. When you look at cutout values, those are declining in hogs right now, and that's keeping some pressure around. We have penetrated now those key support areas. I don't think you're going to steer very far from them, but obviously some new lows here, and we'll have to see where stability does set itself up. But maybe $1 lower is kind of what we anticipate, and then pretty good support should set up here again. We do not look for major new lows in this hog market. And as for cattle right now, we're gap lower, island top type formation. We'll see if we can't go down and press the next level here, but this cattle market looking a bit more vulnerable to more downside in the near term. This has been Jim Emter, Van Ahn & Company, Alexandria, Minnesota. Trading in futures and options involves risk of loss and is not suitable for all producers. Past performance is not indicative of future results. This is a solicitation.